President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi held a working breakfast with some U.S. Republican congressmen from the U.S. states of Kentucky, Texas, Ohio, and South Carolina at his residence in Washington on Wednesday. The meeting tackled on a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern, as well as the latest developments in the Ethiopian dam file. In this regard, President al-Sisi confirmed Egypt's constant status, which aims at preserving its water security through reaching a legal and binding agreement over rules of filling and operating the dam. The president hailed strategic and strong ties that bind Egypt and the U.S. and said Cairo is keen on communicating with decision-maker circles in Washington within the framework of mutual consultation and coordination over various issues. The head of state expressed Egypt's appreciation for the role played by the U.S. Congress in enhancing the partnership between the two nations, adding that Egypt is looking forward to expanding such a partnership in different channels of joint cooperation with the aim of achieving mutual interests. For their part, the U.S. congressman reiterated that Egypt is a key ally to the U.S. in the Middle East region and hailed its role as a cornerstone for peace and stability in the Middle East, the Mediterranean basin, and Africa. They further praised Egypt's efforts in confronting terrorism and extremism, as well as fixing religious forgiveness concepts, plus the country's balanced positions to reach peaceful settlements concerning various crises in the region. Meanwhile, President al-Sisi is scheduled to meet with U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken at the Washington Conference Center. Separately, the president will attend a dinner banquet U.S. President Joe Biden will hold at the White House to honor African leaders participating in the U.S.-Africa Summit. President al-Sisi is participating in the U.S.-Africa Leaders Summit to probe issues that concern the continent in the light of the current international challenges. On the sidelines of the summit, which was attended by nearly 50 African leaders, President al-Sisi will hold talks with a number of African heads of state and senior officials. Still in the summit, the U.S.-Africa Summit hosted by the U.S. President Joe Biden continued activities for the second consecutive day today. The U.S.-Africa Business Forum discussed the future of U.S.-Africa trade and investment relations, a partnership to finance African infrastructure and energy transition. The forum also focused on the partnership to strengthen food security and value chain, in addition to inclusive growth through technology. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken held a press conference during which he stressed the significance of broadening economic and investment cooperation with the African continent. President al-Sisi is taking part in the forum to underscore the importance of boosting African-American partnership to confront food security crisis and the need to facilitate the merge of African countries into the world economy. U.S. and African businesses laid out details of $15 billion in new trade with a heavy push on the goal of digital development. Back home and within the efforts exerted by the Interior Ministry to combat crimes, especially concerning national economy, the ministry announced that they had arrested members of a gang trading with smuggled gold, diamonds and precious stones. In a statement, the ministry also said it had detained a suspect charged with counterfeiting local and foreign currencies. According to the statement, the ministry expressed keenness in preserving the country's security and combating all types of crimes nationwide. In regional